Welcome to another episode of the Daily Chat Podcast, where we talk about all things awesome and nerdy.
Yeah,
finger guns.
Finger guns.
We got Finger Guns Dan back, everybody.
I do not want that to be my nickname.
Too bad.
I do not want people calling me that.
As we keep pointing finger guns at each other.
Finger gun Tundis.
Finger gun Tundis.
No.
It's happening.
We'll just nip that in the bud right now.
Okay, finger guns.
Good old finger guns.
Good old finger guns.
He just strolled into town one day, old finger guns.
Speaking of guns,
I feel like finger guns, that makes me like a character from a Coen Brothers film. Old finger guns came to town one day on his dusty horse.
and unlike the dude, he does not abide. So, speaking of the guns, Dan and I, we've been watching a very interesting show lately.
It is, yeah.
So far, I mean, we're not too deep into it.
It's light on the puns, but heavy on the punishment.
Exactly. We're talking about Netflix's The Punisher, Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah, I'm not too deep into it right now. I'm only episode 2 in, but so far
I think I'm like 7 or 8. I haven't finished the season yet. I think it's out of 12, right? So I'm much further along than you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is not the first season. It is, in fact, the second season. But it's not the first season for a lot of things. It's funny because we got a lot of character introduction in the
first season.
Yeah, and in this one, it's a lot of the same.
Yeah,
people, which is surprising.
Spoiler alert ahead, by the way.
Which is surprising. Yeah, spoiler alert. Which is, because Daredevil Season 2 had so many new characters thrown into it.
Yeah.
And,
when it really only needed one new character, maybe two.
Yeah, but it was but, like, this one feels so like a continuation of the first season. It feels like it takes place, I mean, it is, like, chronologically, like, only a couple of months after the first one. I mean, however long it takes for Frank to heal up from bullet wounds.
Which apparently is pretty quick.
Yeah, and broken hands and stuff. Like, I know normally,
shots to the ass.
Yeah, I know normally, like, you break your hand and it's like 6 to 8 weeks, so that thing is like,
even movable.
Decent. Yeah, decent. I won't even say healed. I'll just say decent. Like, that dude is like, 2 or 3 days, and he's like up and at him, man.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of a lot, but if you can suspend your disbelief for a certain amount of punishment, then I think you're pretty good. But yeah, I mean, the first 2 episodes, it definitely was what I was hoping for out of the Punisher. The little like love interest story that they introduced in the first episode. We all knew this wasn't going to go well.
Oh yeah.
If you are shocked at that spoiler, you obviously have not watched any of the Marvel.
You haven't watched the show
shows.
At all.
Yeah, where nothing good lasts, especially if it happens in the first 20 minutes of the first
episode. Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
They, I'm a little bit further in that, so some light spoilers here for you, but like, they have not circled back to that since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
because I just saw the part where like the mafia dude, I don't know his name, I can't remember it. Like,
the Pilgrim.
The Pilgrim.
I don't think they have actually identified him as the Pilgrim. That's just what he's like titled as. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those like unspoken Clint Eastwood Man in Black or. What was Clint Eastwood? The Man Without a Name? Yeah. Because, like, literally nobody ever called him anything. They just, like, came up with, like, cute little nicknames.
Like My Boss or whatever?
Yeah, I think then, like, he was referred to as, like, Gringo and, like, other stuff during the course of those.
No, Ringo was the bouncer.
No, Gringo.
Oh, Gringo.
White boy.
I know what Gringo means. Yes. I thought we were... Okay.
What? Ringo's the bouncer. Oh, yeah, Ringo was
Poor Ringo.
Bouncer. Yeah.
Poor Ringo.
He just wanted to sit there and eat his wings and Philly cheesesteaks. The dude was always eating.
Yeah.
He was a big guy, though.
Big guy. Needed his calories.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You gotta have that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the first 4 episodes felt really solid and really on point for The Punisher. Mm-hmm. I'm through, like, the midway season, and I definitely feel like it has been on a downslope. There's been a lot of exposition, a lot of dialogue.
Well, maybe that's why at the point of at the time of this recording, it's only got a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that like the last 4 kind of pick it up in energy. Like there definitely has been scenes where I felt like okay, this is getting better. But I will say like the first 4 or 5 episodes, like I ended up going to bed like really late, like 2:30 in the morning because I was like, no, one more, and then like since then I'm just kind of like.
I got this episode in me.
I'll watch it at some point. Like I'll get back to it. It's been out for a week, and I'm trying not to binge my way through television so much anymore.
Right.
It's kind of a bad habit.
It's also not good for your brain, apparently.
Nothing is. Nothing that I do is.
No. Alcohol.
So all the drinking and binge watching that I'm doing at the same time, and huffing glue.
Yeah, exactly.
And hitting myself with a metal baton. None of this is good for my brain.
No, none of it at all.
Yeah, CTE.
Yeah, CTE. Yeah. I mean, I kind of just, just stick my head like right into my gas tank. So, No, I removed the door on my microwave, and I just like to watch the burrito spin up close and personal.
Yes, I want to see the cheese, be the cheese,
consume the cheese.
It's not the tumor.
It's not the tumor.
It's probably a tumor. It's most likely a tumor.
No, it's but. I think, and to kind of get into the meat of this, I mean, what do you think thus far? Like,
I mean, it's kind of moving along the way most Punisher plots move along. I mean, there's always like, as soon as they introduce the kid and the mom, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, so something's gonna happen to her, and her kid's gonna get threatened, and lo and behold, the very next episode, she gets shot, and then her kid gets threatened.
Yeah. One of the things that I just can't figure out anymore, and I've totally lost the plot on like who actually killed Frank's wife and kids.
Yeah,
like
I thought
feel
it was
like
a mob.
I mean, that was like kind of the point of like Daredevil season 2. It was like the mob. It was the Irish. It was the Devil Dog, not Devil Dog. They were the dogs of the devil, whatever. Devil Dogs and Marines, which was like a subtle nod to that. Their biker gang was like the Hounds of Hell or something. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Right.
And then there was one more. Was it the Russians?
I don't know. I thought the FBI was somehow involved too.
Well, that was the other thing. And then it was the military and Operation Cerberus and the CIA, that guy with one eye.
Yeah.
And Billy Russo was actually the guy that like actually pulled the trigger. And it felt like it feels like Frank has killed about like 150 people that are responsible for killing his wife and child, and that to me just seems excessive.
Yeah, right.
I've totally kind of lost the plot on like who actually. I get it. Like at the end of the day, it was like Billy Russo, but how all those other people tie into it now, I have no friggin' idea.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of always my problem. The problem I always had with Punisher season 2 was they bounced around too much and they tried too hard to juggle what's going on with
one, you mean?
Season 2 of I meant season 2 of Daredevil. That's what I was going to say. 2 of Daredevil. They spent so much time bouncing back and forth between what's the phrase I'm looking for? Between Frank's plot and everything that was going on with Stick in the Hand. Like,
yeah,
it just like I got very confused very quickly because like it just bounced back and forth so much and there was a lot of information thrown at you.
Yeah, and I will say, I rewatched Punisher season 1 not that long ago, like in anticipation of season 2, and like given like the amount of narratives that like bounce around, I often found myself like fast forwarding through the Madani scenes, like the Madani and like the she's the DEA or Homeland Security agent, like the Madani Sam partner, like whatever, like unless like they're like, oh, it looks like this guy was selling drugs in Afghanistan, and I'm just like, fast forward, I don't care, let's just get back to John Barenthal just being
a badass,
a moody bastard.
Yeah,
he's
so brooding.
He's the ultimate emo kid.
He's such an edgelord.
He's such an edgelord. He's just a
nobody understands my pain.
I'm pretty sure he already has a katana, so he's just like a neckbeard and a fedora away, or a trilby hat, which is different than a fedora. It's definitely, it's a look.
It's a look.
It's a look.
It is a look.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Jigsaw is in this one.
Who's like pretty much Punisher's only reoccurring villain, right?
Yeah, that and the quote unquote the Russian.
The Russian?
Like the Russian. Yeah, there's the Russians and then there's the Russian. Like emphasis on the the. And he's like that big
singular.
He's the big huge Russian that like Frank runs into like pretty often in the comic books. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only two out of the, like his quote unquote. We were talking about this earlier. The Punisher doesn't really have a rogues gallery because he kills them all.
Exactly.
Other superheroes don't kill their villains, so they stick around.
Right.
Looking at you, Batman.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yeah, like who the hell would Batman fight if he just killed people?
No one.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No one.
No.
So
he should still kill the Joker though. At any rate.
Well, that's debatable. One bad day.
Just one bad day.
Just one bad day.
Why aren't you laughing?
But I wasn't happy with the character design of Jigsaw originally, but I like Ben Barnes as Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Like what we were missing from like that campy Punisher Warzone movie, which I made you watch.
Yeah, you did.
I made you watch that. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it.
Billy the Butte.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, it's terrible. Mm-hmm. You got really high.
Yeah, I did. I had to forget.
Yeah, you got really
I
high.
had to forget.
Yeah. I mean, what we didn't get in like that like campy weird makeup prosthetic, like he is just a total psychopath. Like he is crazy creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of getting a feel for that too with like the therapy sessions.
Yeah, like what we're lacking in like I would say like quote unquote like character design is totally made up with that like Ben Barnes is by and far like the best actor in this.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean it was
I like John Bernthal, but
yeah, I like John Bernthal too. I'm not saying John Bernthal is not doing a great job.
Is that how you pronounce his name? Bernthal?
It's Bernthal.
Okay, Johnny B. We'll just go with Johnny B.
Yeah, Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Johnny B is acting great, but Ben Barnes is acting his pants off out there. Like he's just nuts.
He's just amazing.
He's just nuts.
He's just crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Who's crazier, him or Bullseye?
See, actually, I was gonna bring that up in that I think that what Ben Barnes Jigsaw, I don't know the actor who played Poindexter off the top of my head. Very, very like similar in like the way that they are. I mean, good seasons are always marked by good villains, right? Like that's, Wilson Fisk has always been was great in season 1, and that's why Daredevil season 1 is so strong.
The hand was kind of weak.
The hand was kind of weak, which is why like the best part of Daredevil season 2
was anything to do with the Punisher,
right? And it's also why nobody gives a shit about the Defenders.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, oh great, we're doing the hand again.
Yeah, lame. But yeah, I would say, I mean, I don't know until I finish the season. I'm not going to pass judgment on.
We'll probably finish it up in a week or two.
Yeah, probably. And until I'll do a recap on the whole season and say who I think was better, like Agent Poindexter or Billy the Butte.
Right.
I'm not really sure. They're both equally and completely different, but also great.
Yeah. So. But you know what I've really been enjoying about this season so far?
What's that?
They haven't cut back on the gore at all.
No.
Like that one scene in the bar fight where he just holds the knife up and just slams a dude's temple down.
Dude.
That was so awesome.
Ugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hate Rachel, but I'm known supposed to hate Rachel.
Oh, yeah. She's going by Rachel at this point in the season.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah. She gives like 7 different names.
She gives like 7 different names. She's like, I'm a college student. Like, she's a little liar. Right?
Yeah. She's a total. Yeah, she's a con artist.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping, and it hasn't happened yet. That I'm going to stop myself there because I'm not gonna spoil anything else for you. But I agree. I do like the gore that's in this season. The amount of pure, unadulterated violence is
always
really enjoyable, and it brings up. I've seen this on the internet, kind of floating around on like the who would win in a fights. Which are so much fun.
They are so much fun.
And one of my favorite arguments to ever get into in comic book shops, and have been since I was
5.
11. Yeah. I was gonna say 11.
5. Yeah.
That
All right, we'll go with 11.
Yeah. 5. Well, definitely one of my favorite things. I think the fight that I've seen circulating on the internet, which I did want to talk about, was kind of curious about, the Punisher versus John Wick. That's a good fight.
That would be a fun fight, actually.
Yeah, I would pay good money for that fight.
Hey, you bastards at Screw Attack, if you hear us,
right.
Dan and I are writing this one.
Yeah.
You guys can do all the research and all the hard work, but we want to write the script.
We are not going to do the Screw Attack thing. We are not doing the research.
We're also not even going to do the superpowered beatdown thing.
Where we give it up to fan votes.
Yeah, no, this is our argument.
I mean, there's only 2 fans here, so at the best you're going to get a tie.
And the only 2 that matter.
Yeah. At the best you're going to get a tie. At the worst you're going to have a clear-cut winner. But yeah, John Wick.
And absolute worst, one of us is minus a friend.
Someone's going to get their own beat down.
Right, exactly.
So at the very... the John Wick versus the Punisher, I feel like that's a pretty even fight.
It is, because let's be real here, they're just dudes with extensive training in hand-to-hand combat and guns.
Right. Military background.
Yeah.
Assassins for hire.
Well, one's an assassin for
Well,
hire.
that's what I mean. And I don't think John Wick has any military experience.
He doesn't, but he clearly knows how to fight.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say military. I just said hand-to-hand combat experience.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, either way, there's some combat experience.
Exactly.
Going on. Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I think that this is one of those ones where, I mean, it could. I definitely think it could go either way.
You see, I'm on Punisher. I'm Team Punisher on this one.
I mean, but I want to be clear in that, like, I feel like it should be representative of, like, the current visual mediums
Right.
of television.
Exactly.
Like, we've got movie John Wick versus television Punisher.
Yeah, we're not doing comic book Punisher.
No, because that's just not fair.
No, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's be real here. Frank Castle has actually died and come back from the dead in the comic book.
Yeah, he was Frankencastle, and then he was
a woman for a while.
He was a woman for a
He
while.
was a woman.
Yeah, he was a black guy for a little bit.
Yeah, we're not going to
80s,
get into that one.
which was awful and absolutely it is as racially insensitive as it sounds.
Yep.
I mean he's been servant of Galactus. He was the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he currently still is, like in the new Guardians of the Galaxy, he's like part of their like new lineup, like that alternate dimension, alternate version Frank Castle is in there. So yeah, I don't want to go down that.
Yeah, no.
I think that Frank Castle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think
So we're talking like Barenthal or Bernthal or
Bernthal or
Johnny B.
Johnny B or Thomas Jane. I still think Thomas Jane did a great job.
No, I mean, that version was a little bit campier, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
That's actually really good. The thing that I always felt that hurt that movie was, and I'm sorry to say, John Travolta, just because he was
So John Travolta,
so bad. But he did that. Thomas Jane did like a short film with Ron Perlman called Dirty Laundry, where he plays the Punisher, and it's pretty heavily. I mean, the title of like the YouTube video is like Dirty Laundry, the Punisher, but like it's never actually said that like he's the Punisher until like the very end, where he like picks up his laundry and he's got like a Punisher T-shirt in there.
Right.
So again, maybe he is just an edgelord, but it's probably more likely that he's the Punisher because he like sets some dude on fire with like a bottle of liquor.
pretty badass.
Yeah, he's pretty good. It was like all the badass of like the first movie and like none of the camp.
Right,
like,
exactly.
It was really
because like I think the moment for me where I kind of roll my eyes is when he has like that one dude chained up. He's like, "I'm gonna burn you unless you tell me." No, I'm not gonna listen to you. And then all he just does is he takes like ice and just puts it right up on a skillet and like makes it sound like something is searing.
He puts the popsicle on his back and then he starts roasting the piece of steak with a blowtorch.
Yeah,
I agree. That is campy. However, there was that really fucked up scene where like the dude is like pinned underneath the desk after an explosion in like the final scene. It's like I think it's like John Travolta's like son, like his other son, the one that the Punisher didn't kill. Mm-hmm. He's like pinned underneath a desk. He can't get up. Frank Castle like rigs up like a grenade on a piece of string and like has him hold it. So like if he releases the lever, like it's gonna go off. Like pulls the pin, but he like holds it and he's like, oh yeah, like big strong guy like you holding up a 4-pound weight, not that big of a deal, but try holding it out with an outstretched arm and see how long it lasts. And you're just like thinking about like, oh my god, like if I had to like trying to like hold your arm out straight for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, no,
it's hard.
Absolutely not.
No, it's hard. It like if he actually like drops it.
Dude, I have to like fight
That's
myself.
Badass. That's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of it's fucked up.
That's some next level fucked up shit.
Yeah. I kind of that's fucked up.
So I mean, John Wick on the other hand is just he's the boogeyman.
No, he's the guy you send after the boogeyman.
That's right. He's the guy you send after the boogeyman. Yeah, like he's unstoppable. Like, especially if you kill his dog.
Oh. And steal his car.
Yeah. There was,
but the dog especially.
Oh yeah, the dog especially. The car too.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how this fight starts because I feel like all the ones that we have set up are like on site. Like the battle van, just like.
I think it's just the battle van, just like kisses the bumper of his Mustang,
and that's it.
Like,
it's on.
Yeah, exactly.
What like I think it's got to be in New York.
Yeah.
Like in like a 4-block radius.
I'm thinking,
Arsenal is whatever's on hand. So whatever's in the Mustang.
And keep in mind, we're using like these guys just have like your basic, quote unquote, basic weapons of like pistols, knives, blades, shotguns, assault rifles.
Yeah. What would be
sniper rifle?
What would be like in there?
Heaviest ordnance, a couple grenades, I'd say.
Right. Yeah. There's no rocket launchers. There's no RPG.
Yeah.
There's
no Iron Man suit.
No. Frank probably has a rocket launcher in the battle van. I bet dollars to donuts. At least a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
I put money on that. I put a good 20 on it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think John Wick does that.
No, but I'm sure he's got a whole bunch of other crap in the trunk of his car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's not to sound that John Wick is any less deadly or dangerous.
No.
I think if it comes down to hand to hand, I feel like John Wick has the advantage.
Maybe, but here's the thing, though. Like, Frank Castle's proven time and time again, he can fucking take a thumping.
He can take a lot of punishment.
He can take a lot of punishment.
And I don't think we've ever seen... I mean, we definitely have seen John Wick get, like, shot and beat up and thrown through glass.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen...
Not to the extent that, like, the Punisher gets fucked up.
Like, there ended like that one scene in the first season where he just goes into that bunker full of insurgents.
Oh, yeah.
And just wipes out, like, 25 dudes. He's just covered in blood. Like,
oh, my God! But also, John Wick kind of makes that look easy.
Yeah, he does.
Like, the Punisher did that, and it looked really hard.
Yeah.
But John Wick goes and, like, fights his way through a nightclub of, like, 25 armed guards, all with, like,
everything.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, those are not, like, battle-hardened...
soldiers now.
Like, terrorists.
Yeah, no.
So there is a bit of a
scale.
There is a bit of a scale here that one has to kind of take into equate, and like, which is the tougher enemy at the end of the day. I'm going to go ahead and say, like, insurgents in a bunker in the middle of Afghanistan is a little bit tougher than, like...
a bunch of schmucks.
A bunch of Russians with machine guns.
Right, exactly.
No disrespect to the Russians with machine guns.
No, definitely no disrespect to Russians with machine guns.
But, like, you guys also aren't living in the middle of the desert with nothing but rocket launchers.
Exactly.
Like, these guys are...
Yeah.
Those guys are hardcore. So, I don't know. It's funny, yeah. I mean...
Plus, like, people who fight for what the terrorists fight for tend to be a little bit more hardened and battle-ready than people who are just fighting for $1.
Right. They're fighting for a paycheck at the end of the day. This is
they're
religious or idealistic beliefs. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, one is more inclined to say, fuck this, I'm not getting paid enough.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And just walk away and be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there's like an intrinsic level of fear that's instilled in you if you're just fighting for a paycheck, or it's like, I don't really want to get involved with this. I was just looking to get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus like the guy...
This is above my pay grade.
Versus the guy who's like, I don't fucking care if I die.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it comes down to... It's like it's like a football game, right? It's like when those, like, two perfectly evenly matched teams, it's like somebody's got to, like, make a mistake.
Right.
Somebody's got to fumble, somebody's got to throw an interception, like, big stop on fourth and goal. Fourth and short. Yeah, exactly. Like that, and that's more skill than getting lucky. But or like, a miffed special teams play, something like that. Like,
it sounds kind of a lot like the shit that happened during the KC game.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we still won.
We did still win.
We still won, and we had more penalties.
And we still won. They had more costly penalties, though, at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But this This is not a football show.
No.
We could do a football show.
Maybe at some point.
Yeah, I would be talking football all the damn day.
It would just be us basically going back and forth saying, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback ever. And
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback.
And you'd be like, yeah, Tom Brady is the fucking greatest quarterback ever. And they'd be like, fuck yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady.
He's the GOAT. He's the boat.
He's the goat. He's the boat.
He's the goat. He's the boat. He's the boat on a goat. He's the goat on a boat.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like who makes a mistake. Like, hand to hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're probably pretty evenly matched. I feel like John Wick edges him out just like a little bit, though. I think that, he's definitely... I feel like Keanu Reeves' John Wick is definitely speedier and flashier, and Frank is all brute force and no finesse.
Well, he was able to take down the Daredevil, and Daredevil's very much finesse, so...
That's a good point. Yeah, because, who would win in a fight between... But I feel like a fight between Daredevil and John Wick is John Wick, no contest.
Maybe, yeah, but we're also factoring in that they have their arsenal, and like, here's the thing, like, yes, like John Wick proved time and time again that he's very proficient with a trigger, but Frank Castle's also proved to be pretty resourceful.
Okay, but John Wick has killed a lot of people with a pencil.
Fair.
Yeah,
fair.
Like he went through like 5 or 7 guys in a bar with a pencil.
All right, yeah.
The Joker has one guy with a pencil,
As far as I know, Frank Castle has none, but I wouldn't be surprised if we went digging through the comic books.
No, but I think also, like, Frank Castle killed somebody with a broken sink.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's like, I really feel like it's so evenly matched, it's hard to pick a winner. I think I think at the end of the day, if I had to pick one, like, make the hard choice, I'd have to go with the Punisher. It's really hard to bet against Frank Castle, but it's equally as hard.
He's kind of like normal. He's like kind of normal man Hulk.
He is.
Where like the angrier he gets, like the more focused he gets, and like the tougher he is.
He's pretty damn unstoppable.
Yeah, he is.
You know, that's the thing about the Punisher, and he's maybe you know we just got another season of the Punisher. Maybe the third John Wick movie will, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like John Wick is, if it's a contained fight, like if they're in a warehouse, the Punisher. I feel like if it's more open air, because John Wick has shown that he's like proficient with cars and on motorcycles and on horses, and like I feel like John Wick could like fuck you up while riding a unicycle. Right. You know,
okay, yeah.
He's like on a unicycle with a Kalashnikov.
Right.
Just lobbing grenades. Just picture that. Just Keanu Reeves on a unicycle, just lobbing.
It's hilarious.
Frag grenades.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. So this is. I don't know. All right. So we got some other fights.
We got another
on
fight.
The docket.
This is what I'm interested in. Actually,
we got other fights on the docket. Let me open up the old trusty dusty notebooks. So,
I believe it was Iceman versus Sub-Zero.
It was Iceman versus Sub-Zero. Mm-hmm. This one we said was going to take place inside of the Danger Room, which I kind of disagreed with because I felt like
I thought we said we weren't going to have it take place in the Danger Room.
You know what? I feel like at the end of the day, these are another one of these like.
I don't.
So unlike the Punisher and John Wick, I feel.
What if we do it in an environment where it's detrimental to the two of them? What if it's the middle of the fucking desert?
Ooh. Interesting, because they both have the power to absorb water molecules. So that means there's a finite number of like water molecules to go around.
Right.
And then if it just comes down to hand-to-hand combat,
I think Sub-Zero wins in that one.
Bobby Drake is getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, because Sub-Zero's a freaking ninja.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a ninja on top of being
a really badass
cryomancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bobby Drake is. I mean, Bobby Drake is an Omega level mutant though.
He's Omega level.
He is Omega level. Bobby Drake is. I mean, depending on I don't know if they've been retconned, but like definitely the Chris Claremont like '90s version of Iceman, which is the one that probably everyone is most familiar with. Yeah, he's an Omega level mutant.
Well, I mean, he has been known to.
He has the ability to create ice constructs of himself, and unlike Sub-Zero, they're sentient.
That is true, but there's one power of Sub-Zero that is canon, but they've only used it in one game, and I honestly hate this power because it's just kind of like throws that whole. It kind of makes it. It kind of just like makes the comparison between Sub-Zero and Scorpion more. It's just that he can teleport. He can teleport.
I mean,
I don't like it. I personally don't like it, but at this point it's become kind of a joke where whenever he does it, nobody knows how or why he does it, and it's never explained. We're like Scorpion, it's like, yeah, no, I'm from hell. I have like hell powers. You're like,
he goes through like the nether realm.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I get that. He's more like Nightcrawler.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't like so much like teleport as much as he like slips through a pocket dimension and then comes out on the other side.
Exactly.
Like Nightcrawler does.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is definitely one of those ones that comes down to like situational, because I think Bobby Drake's ability to, because he can like scale. He can become like a 60-foot tall like ice giant.
That is true.
So then the fact that you are like a ninja means very little if you are a 60-foot giant.
Well, like I just said, though, he can teleport. He could teleport to the top of Bobby Drake's head and just be like, yeah, no, ice dagger, step.
Also still 60 feet tall. So, I mean, in scale, if you had an ice dagger and you were stabbing someone with like,
true,
15-foot head, what does that equate to? You know what I mean?
Like a mosquito bite, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like getting stabbed with a toothpick a bunch of times, like, yeah, that hurts, but like, not gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So, I don't know. It's definitely very situated. I feel like...
All right, let's just say for the sake of it, it's just in a tundra. It's just ice. It's just a really cold...
Then Bobby Drake. Yeah, because I think he has like elemental control on top of like being able to like augment his body. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, they just think of like the way that like Iceman surfs around on ice. Like he just creates that out of like thin air, you know, where like Sub-Zero's powers have been for the most part represented as like pretty close to the chest.
Yeah.
You know, like he does like the ice ball and the sculpture and like can freeze himself and like do little ice walls and stuff like that. But it's never on, like, the scale that Iceman does.
At least not done in the games.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't speak for the...
Well, here's my question. Are we going to allow him to call... are we going to allow him to call in the rest of the Lin Kuei for help?
Then are the rest of the X-Men coming?
True. That is very
because
true.
then they're all fucked.
Yeah, that is true.
Right. So now you got a bunch of ninjas versus Wolverine. That is not a good matchup. I've seen that matchup time and time again. That never works out for the ninjas.
No,
never. I've never opened a comic book and been like, oh man, there's like 60 ninjas and one Hulk and one Wolverine. What's he gonna do?
What's gonna happen?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh Lord!
What was it? Like I was reading that it's like that one scene from This just shows you like this is just like such a Wolverine moment, like where he and who was the main character who was the main focus of X-Men versus Avengers?
Sabretooth.
No, not Sabretooth.
Oh,
Hope Gray. Hope Summers. Yeah. Where she and Wolverine are like in the Hydra base or the AIM base or whatever, and she just looks over at him and goes, you got a real thing for this whole maim and dismemberment thing. What can I say? I'm in a mood.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what the fuck, Wolverine? Like,
yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, I know like there's like this, I forget what video game it is, but you can like run simulations, and it's like, how many ninjas can the Wolverine get through before he dies? And I would put the over under at least like 125. And that's just before he gets tired.
Yeah.
You know? like before he's just like, okay, I gotta sit down and have a beer.
Right.
So that's probably not even like the upper. And I would still probably bet the over.
Right, exactly.
I would still probably bet the over. I'd be like, no, because then he's gonna kill like 126, and then be like, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Still at the over.
Exactly.
Give me that spread.
Exactly. Exactly. But my money's still on Sub-Zero for this one.
I think that's definitely one of those ones that it's like situational. You know, like if they're on the top of a mountain, then like Iceman. If they're like in a very dry desert climate, Sub-Zero.
Well, doesn't his powers kind of similar? Like he just absorbs the cold around him.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Which is they showed us in the Mortal Kombat movie.
True. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But also Sub-Zero is a ninja.
Yeah.
And Bobby Drake he's well versed in hand-to-hand combat and can definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be lights out.
No.
You know,
but it's definitely a matter of like, oop, shit, I'm knocking everything over.
No, but Bobby Drake don't want none of that smoke.
No,
none, zero.
No, no. So like, it's just a matter of if you were to take away their powers, though, Bobby Drake.
All right. So real quick, as a subset to this, we weren't gonna talk about this one long. But speaking of cold, Mr. Freeze versus Captain Cold.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Freeze.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, just because Mr. Freeze has got that tank suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun fact, though, I actually looked up, though, what the difference is between their guns, because I'm such a nerd.
Yeah, I remember that. What was it? It's like
the basic difference is, like, Cold's gun traps its targets in ice, whereas Captain Cold's gun, like...
freezes them.
In other words, it's the difference is Freeze's gun puts you in an ice cube, whereas Captain Cold's gun turns you into an ice cube.
Wait, isn't it the other way around?
No.
Mr. Freeze? No, so Mr. Freeze doesn't trap you.
He does trap you in ice.
Oh, and Captain Cold literally freezes you.
Yes.
Then yes, Mr. Freeze still wins. Because literally that dude is comfortable in like...
Yeah, Captain Cold's just a dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you take away his gun, that is pretty...
Yeah.
But I would say, again, environmentally, this is kind of one of those situations where, like, if they're fighting at the beach... Captain Cold happens to breach that suit.
Done. Done.
Victor Second Arnold Schwarzenegger reference this episode.
I think my favorite line in that movie by him is just, "My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for it is the name of your doom." And you're just like, shut up!
All right. Next one. And this one has actually already been done in the comics. I told you about this. I read this comic. But it wasn't super definitive, so I didn't want to talk about it still. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Judge Dredd versus the Predator.
You see, my money's on the Predator.
See, we set this one in Mega City 1.
That is true.
And I have stated, and this is true, Judge Dredd has beat the physical manifestation of death on several occasions.
Yeah, like, how do you top that, though? That's the real thing.
And if... what's his name from the second movie can beat the Predator?
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, now it just seems like this wasn't a fair match to begin with at all.
No, I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park.
I mean, the Predator can turn invisible.
The Predator can turn invisible. I think Mega City 1 being a big tech hub is a huge advantage for the Predator. in that like he has the ability to like manipulate and use that like urban jungle to his environment.
Right.
I think that if it's in a jungle, like an actual physical jungle, then the Predator has a huge advantage. I don't think the Predator has a disadvantage in location no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's just as comfortable in the city as he is in the jungle, whereas I think Judge Dredd is going to be way more successful in the city, in Mega City 1 versus out in the Badlands. Is it the Badlands in Judge Dredd? What is it
I
called?
have no idea.
Badlands? The
I think so.
Wastelands or something?
Maybe,
like that?
probably. I don't know. I haven't read as much Judge Dredd as you.
I read a lot of Judge Dredd. It's super fun. It's super dumb.
Like, yeah, well,
So
well, it
dumb.
was created in that era when toxic masculinity ran supreme.
Oh, and 2000 AD is just like such a weird ass publisher too.
Right.
Yeah, them and like IDW, you're just like, it's like these are the ideas that people just couldn't sell to Marvel and DC. and even Dark Horse was like, yeah, no, like we're good.
No, but we'll take the Amazing Screw-On Head though.
Oh man, I wish that was an actual show. I'm pissed that never became.
I thought it was a comic book first too.
I don't know. I don't think it ever was a comic book. I mean,
really?
they probably made it into a comic book at some point, but like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Judge Dredd's got a pretty significant. I wouldn't bet against Judge Joseph Dredd.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. I think if Judge Anderson is around, it's even more in his favor.
Right.
But I think that,
And we're doing a one-on-one match, right?
yeah, and we didn't actually clarify if it was like the Predator or like the Super Predator.
No, nothing from that movie counts as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it was also in Predators.
There was a Super Predator.
Yeah, that was like the big thing in like Predators.
Oh,
like,
right.
Forrest Whitaker giving the thing. People listening at home can't see that I'm doing the eye, but like the Forrest Whitaker eye. He's like, it's the difference. Oh no, it wasn't Forrest Whitaker. It was Lawrence Fishburne. It was Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne was also really crazy and had the crazy eyes going. Anyways, was talking about how like it was the difference between like dogs and wolves.
Right.
And like the dogs being like the predator and the wolves being like the, I don't know what they're called, like the uber predator, alpha predator, super predator.
Yeah.
Are they really just super predator? That's lame.
I know.
Yeah.
Lame.
Truth, justice, and ripping skulls out of people's heads. The super predator! Faster than a speeding spaceship.
All right. We're good. We get it. It's lame.
More powerful than Alien versus Predators.
Lame. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go with like a regular Predator on this one. I say, because the Super Predator wins flat out.
You know, hand-to-hand combat would be really tough for Judge Dredd against the Predator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
if he's got the Lawgiver, then yeah,
that's his gun, right?
Yeah,
the Lawgiver.
The Lawgiver's his gun. Then
I am the law.
I am the law.
By the way, we're going with Judge Dredd, not Sylvester Stallone Dredd.
Oh, I was going with Sylvester Stallone Dredd.
Oh well,
I was going with comic book.
I was
going with the comic book Dredd.
Yeah, that's why you fail. That is why you fail.
That is why you fail.
Yeah, I don't know. I think push comes to shove, my money's on the Predator.
What was the other one that we had? Was let's see, what other fights we had? Oh, we had Fantastic Four versus the Ninja Turtles.
No, we agreed we're not doing that one because the Ninja Turtles lose.
Yeah, but I just like
the Thing alone could beat the Ninja Turtles.
I just like that Reed Richards could turn them back into turtles.
He would. He would too.
He would. He's totally that petty. He's totally that crazy. He would not be in the fight at all. They would have, if you're thinking like in terms of like comic.
No, like the only two people
like
that
issue like 1 through 5, Reed Richards is like there when they show up, and then like is like back in the laboratory where he has like Sue, Johnny, and Ben like fight everything, and then like
no, I could see actually Sue just like taking a back seat, being like, "You guys are just being idiots."
Sue's kind of always doing that though.
Yeah,
especially like the more like modern like the way that they write Sue now is like, I feel so bad for Sue Storm.
Yeah, I know. She's kind of always been like the butt end of sexism.
Yeah, and that like I was yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I don't know. I had Kratos versus the Hulk.
Oh, that was the one.
That was the other one.
I think my money's on the Hulk.
See, I would bet on Kratos. He's killed gods, man, and many of them. And, like, gods of different religions.
But Hulk's strongest there is.
Yeah, but Kratos kills gods.
I'm pretty sure Hulk's killed a god or two.
I'm sure that Hulk has killed a god. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk versus Thor.
That is true. And who usually wins that one?
Usually Hulk versus God. How about Hulk versus Godzilla? Hulk versus God battles.
How many people did the Hulk actually kill on Comic Vine? 15 times the Hulk was murdered. 15 times the Hulk brutally murdered someone. Okay, I'm down for this.
See, I'm like, all right. Also on Comic Vine, someone. Let's see. Post by Klaus 4 years ago. Wow, this is a minute ago. God of War wins. Hulk is a beast, but with all the magic and hex weapons and items will stop him. I doubt he can beat Cronus or Gaia. Gaia. I was gonna get it
At some point.
eventually.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Hulk always bounces back.
Hulk has beat Hercules. Hulk has beat Thor. Mm-hmm. But so has Kratos. Effectively.
That is true.
I mean, they're teasing like Thor in the next God of War game, and I don't know if Kratos ever beat Hercules, but Kratos beat up Hercules' dad. Where if you get into like the my dad can beat up your dad conversation, then like not many people beat. I mean, he beat you know.
He beat Hercules. No, he didn't beat Hercules. He beat Zeus.
He beat Zeus and Hades and Cerberus and the
Hydra
and the Hydra
and Hades.
Yeah,
and Ares.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He killed them all.
Yeah. He literally killed them all.
Yeah. That's
He
why
not just beat them. He killed them all.
That's why he also went to. That's why he went to Norway, so he had to kill other gods.
Right. Yeah. He just wound up in Midgard, so that way you can find other gods like Baldur.
I thought Midgard was just Earth.
Midgard. Well, it's one of the 9 realms.
Uh-huh.
He is in like the manifestation of like Midgard. Like it says that he's like on Midgard. They don't actually say that he's like on Norway, but it says that he's like on Midgard.
Right.
So
with his boy.
Yeah, Atreus.
Boy.
You know they called him Boy for like all the voiceover recordings because they hadn't like named that character yet. Like that's why he's like referred to as Boy so often. Like he didn't have a name yet.
That's kind of funny.
But it's actually I mean it worked out really well for like the character.
Yeah.
I think it works. Yeah, I don't know. I think Kratos has it.
I don't know. Hulk smash.
I don't know, man. That's
Hulk smash. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the only argument I need.
All right, well then we're at an impasse. I mean, I'd like to know, like people out there listening.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
What do you think? This one seems we kind of we're pretty stuck on. I mean, Sub-Zero versus Iceman. All right, so to go back through the list, we had Punisher versus John Wick.
Yeah, who do you think would win that? Please leave something down in the comments.
Oh, do you want to do like a quick recap on who we think is going to win, or
I think Punisher's going to win.
I think Punisher wins. Mm-hmm. Sub-Zero versus Iceman.
I'm in favor of Sub-Zero.
I have Iceman, but it comes down to situational. Judge Dredd versus the Punisher. Judge Dredd versus the Predator.
Judge Dredd versus the Predator. I think the Predator wins.
Ooh, Judge Dredd versus the Punisher.
That'd actually be a good one.
That would be a good one. They're pretty much the same friggin' person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're pretty much the exact same person.
I think I would have to give the edge to Dredd only because his gun is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He has an entire arsenal with one trigger.
Yeah. I'm still going to go with the Punisher.
Mm.
And then so Judge Dredd versus the Predator. You said the Predator.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Judge Dredd. Mm-hmm. And Kratos versus the Hulk.
Yeah. I still say the Hulk.
Yeah, we did not agree on any of this except for the Punisher wins.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like we could go back through this like, well, the Punisher versus Sub-Zero.
Punisher wins. No, my money would be on Sub-Zero on that one.
I don't know.
Punisher versus Kratos. Kratos wins.
Yeah.
Punisher versus Hulk. Hulk wins.
Yeah. He's gonna
Punisher,
pound him into the ground like
Punisher versus Iceman. My money's on Iceman. Like
Punisher versus Iceman. My money's on the Punisher.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Just because he'd be more ruthless than Bobby Drake?
No, because I think because they exist in the same universe, I think that Sub-Zero would surprise him. I think that we all know that he's no match for the Hulk. I think that Judge Dredd would be pretty even. The Predator, I have the Punisher over the Predator.
Yeah. I mean, if Batman can do it.
Yeah, I've got the Punisher over. But I feel like because they live in the same universe that because they live in the same universe.
But he knows more about Bobby Drake.
He would just just happen to have some thermite in the glove box of the battle van.
That is true. Whereas Sub-Zero doesn't really have a weakness to extreme heat. He's just an average human.
Right.
That can control ice.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has has a weakness to extreme heat.
Yeah, well,
it's extreme heat.
When I say average heat,
right?
Because doesn't Bobby Drake, don't his powers like not work when it gets like in like desert temperatures or whatever?
I mean, it's because he
has no moisture to absorb.
He has no moisture to absorb. So it's not necessarily about like heat. It doesn't really have anything to do with heat. It has to do with like moisture in there. Like if it was like 112 degrees, but he was at the beach, no problem.
Okay.
You know, like he can literally construct enough like cold environment around him that it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Like if he's in the middle of the desert, then yeah, that becomes a thing.
Gotcha. All right, well that's gonna do it for us on that one, I think. Unless you got something else you want to say.
No, I could probably come up with other fights that I was trying to think of, like off the top of my head, like
yeah,
you know. But
what we'd actually really like, guys, is we'd love to hear back from you. So if you don't mind, leave something in the comments. If you'd like to see us talk about two particular characters from any universe going up against each other, or tell us what you think about these matchups. Let us know in the comments below. But don't be dicks about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to. You're going to. All of you are going to be. It's the internet.
We just opened ourselves up for like, hey, if you have feedback, let us know what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
We think you suck.
Yeah. First person to say we think you suck. You'll get $5 sent to you in the mail.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
You'll get $5 sent to you in the mail, but those $5 will be covered in dog shit. So
right. And sent out 1 penny at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So enjoy yourself, you fucker. So that's, like I said, that's going to do it for us. I do have one show I'd like to plug. I'm heading back to the Springbok in Van Nuys once again. So on February 6th.
Wonderful downtown Van Nuys.
Exactly. So that show starts at 8:30. If you all want to be there, it's a free show. You just gotta make sure, just make sure the place stays open. Please buy a drink or two. Maybe buy something to eat. They have wonderful food there. So hope to see you all there. Dan, you got anything you want to say, or are we all good?
Nah, I'm good. I don't do shows.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for us. Again, let us know what you think in the comments below. Bye.